Hi everyone, Bill Greenberg with PhoneScholar.com. Today is Monday, July 26th, 2010. Happy Monday everybody, and yes, I did survive the slumber party on Saturday and Sunday. It was rough, but we got through it. So here's a summary of what's on the website today. Google Voice makes faster calls on Android and Blackberry. Now I know Google Voice has been around for a while, and I'm going to go through this. It's kind of extensive. This is the first thing I've heard of Google Voice, but this is the first time I've really gotten into it. So I'm sorry, there's going to be many of you out there that have a lot more knowledge than I do on this. So it may be elementary for some of you guys, and I'm sorry to seem behind the times. But they just announced the mobile applications for this. So I'm going to try to get through this so it doesn't get too long. But here we go, because I thought it was really interesting. First of all, there's a one and a half minute video introducing the Google Voice on the website, and right below that is a link to the one of the Google Voice websites that actually has a video for each of the features also, which is kind of important because the way they explain it is a little confusing at first until you really dive in to all the other things and find out exactly how it works. So you might want to watch each one of those. Basically you can set it up for the mobile version of this as either an Android phone or a BlackBerry phone. If you don't have one of those two phones, if you have a WebOS or an iPhone or anything, you can use the web-based part of it. It doesn't have all the same features, and that's m.google.com/voice. Now in the middle of the article there is a link to that website that goes through all that. So I have links for everything and videos for everything in the story, so go ahead and take a look at that. Here are some of the features. One number, which is really cool, but you do have to choose a Google number, which will basically change the phone number you will give out to people for your cell phone. And you don't change your actual cell phone number, you're going to end up forwarding all your numbers through this Google number. So let's say you take 1-800-000-0000, I'm just making it easy, and then you want that to ring on your home phone, your cell phone, your other cell phone, your work phone, whatever. You can set up to ring at the same time on multiple phones by basically forwarding to that phone. So you don't actually get rid of the other numbers, and you're not dealing with any carriers or anything by going through Google, but you are setting up a phone number, a different phone number that you would normally give out for your cell phone. Now you can hook it up, have certain people call two of these. Let's say you have 5 phones. You can have certain people call 2 of the numbers you consider up. It's fully customizable, so you got to get into it. It's pretty cool. The cool thing in the voicemail is it lasts in there until you delete it. It's not 21 days or 20 days like some of the other carriers are. Voicemail transcription is really cool. All your voicemails are automatically transcribed to text, so you can read them like email, and then you can also respond to them like that. Cheap international calls, integration. It integrates with phone's native address book or a Google Contacts if you have that. Free text message, send and receive text message through the Google Voice app for free. Now, I dove in and I couldn't find this anywhere. If anybody out there knows that, please let me know whether you still get charged a text messages using your cell phone from your carrier. I couldn't find that anywhere, so if you know that answer, please let me know. And then you can set up custom greetings. So check out the article also, because there are some pros and cons in there. There are some things it doesn't do that people want it to do. So please read the entire article before you decide to dive into this. I haven't done it yet. I haven't decided. Right now I'm not too hip on changing my cell phone because it's the only phone that I actually use, and a lot of people have that number, so I'm not too hip on that. But if you don't want to change your number, you can still use the voicemail application, which I may do for keeping my voicemails forever and changing them to text and stuff like that. So that I might do, and I haven't checked it out yet. I have set up the information to my phone, and I'm going to try it. If I do go ahead and do that, I'll definitely give you a demonstration of that and how that works. So check it out. It looks pretty good, and take a look at the links before you want to do this. Don't just jump into it. Next, most iPhone users love AT&T. The Yankee Group surveyed a bunch of iPhone users, and they said 73% of their customers were very satisfied with AT&T. But on the flip side, they did say that up to 40% of the customers said they would switch if and when Verizon does get an iPhone. So we'll have to see. And so they're saying with those two different things, how does that work? And basically they're saying that the experience that the iPhone gives the customer is kind of clouding the perception of the actual AT&T situation. Of course, AT&T is saying that the network is not that bad, and then they are doing things to improve it. So those of you with iPhones out there, you have to decide for yourself. I do know I have a number of friends that said once the iPhone does go for Verizon, they are going to switch. So we'll see what happens with that. Apple shows Droid X suffering from death grip. And there's a 50-second video on there, it's a silent video, showing them holding the death grip of the Droid X, and you see the bars going down. Now the funny thing is, when they go to hold it regularly, like you do with a normal phone, the bars go right back up. So I think this whole thing with this is just kind of silly, because nobody holds, as far as I know, nobody holds their phone like a death grip. So it's crazy, but Apple's going to do everything to spin this any way they can to make sure that their phone falls in line with anything else, and that's their job, so I understand that. Under category, CEO compensation, something I just thought was interesting. The top 10 CEOs in the wireless industry and their salaries. Just to give you an idea, the number one is the CEO, the chairman from AT&T. Now his normal salary is $1.5 million, but last year he made $29.3 million in other compensations. You got to take a look at some of these salaries, pretty interesting. Counting down to LTE, the long-term evolution, and basically it gives what 4 companies are doing: Metro PCS, Verizon, AT&T, and Light Squared, which is a new company in the game, and just kind of give a little bit of timeline for those of you that are interested in what's happening with the 4G and the LTE. Not everybody's going to go for that, but I just wanted to give that to you. That's under new technology and 4G category. The CEO competition is under new technology. And then for those of you that are interested, and I know it's a little old, but on Apple and iPhone, I put the entire video, there's 4 videos of the press conference that Steve Jobs did on the 16th explaining the antenna problems. So if you want to see the video and see the whole thing, it's on there under Apple and iPhone. That's all I got for today. I hope everybody has a great day. Again, go to www.phonescholar.com to see the entire stories of these and anything else that you might like. Have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.